Here we go. So the first question is, in two sentences, provide a brief bio of your business engagements.
So my business engagements right now is basically going towards my passions. Just like I mentioned, building a village. That's exactly my. That's exactly what I want to do.
Build. We should be saying cancel this guy. So we were talking about social media, and I know that you interviewed a lot of different people, including American Doofus. Which interview would you say was the most enlightening, and why?
Um, that's a interesting. Cause that's an interesting question because I think all in combined, it should be able to paint a certain picture on exactly what's going on in these times. You know, so I feel like all of them is important to paint a certain type of picture. Like I've spoken with Doofus, for example, and I basically what I told him, if you go and look at that, what I told him is like, hey, yeah, you're a Caucasian guy. Why don't you talk about the things that's going on in the Caucasian community? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you do that instead of talking about the things that's going on in our communities? You know what I mean? So he said he'll do more of that. So that was basically the whole conversation. I also talked to somebody else that I felt like they were scamming in the community. You know, I had those conversations with a particular person. I don't have to say this person's name, but that's on the platform. But it was under the name of GMJ. Someone was wants to collect funds under GMJ and other people, but it find out to be a scam. I talked to Malik Zulu Shabazz. I talked to other what they would call leaders of their groups, gun clubs, and different things. I feel like all of them in combined is important. It's a collective of information that we all should, definitely, take a look at and be able to look at it from a certain type of perspective to understand exactly what's going on at these times. So, I don't necessarily think just one is more important than the other one. So,
Right. So I remember when, of all the people that you interviewed, you never got a chance to interview Grandmaster Jay, and I remember getting to know Grandmaster Jay through your capturing of Facts Over Feelings and Morning Mentals. Um,
yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
so that was in the beginning of everything, and then all of a sudden you wasn't covering that side anymore. I don't know if that because he wasn't in the news anymore, or it's because it was some type of secret deal that y'all made for you to not, do his
I,
videos. And
I,
then I
I was,
remember,
yeah.
I'm sorry, say again.
But no, I was told not to.
Right, okay. And so then,
Yeah.
um, since Grandmaster Jay was incarcerated, you had dropped a video, and I think that was the one that had gotten your channel flagged or something like that because they didn't want you to play it. But it was a video that you had played once before, like I said, during the time when I was watching the Morning Mentals and Facts Over Feelings, right? So it was a
Yeah.
replay. You had already played it once before, and it was a replay, and then I think it was flagged, and
So
your
that was
channel
the
was
second.
taken. Your channel was taken or taken down or something like that as a result
So
of that.
yeah, that was the second time it was flat. So um, so let me see. You know what? That probably was the first, if I recall. Yeah, that probably was. That was definitely the first time it was flagged. But then it was flagged a couple of days after for a thumbnail. A video that I was talking about GMJ and talking about specifically we're looking at individuals as our saviors, as not and not as us as a whole. As far as us doing the work, that video is particularly about our people actually making a movement instead of just looking at individuals. And that video got flagged just due to having his, I guess, one of his logos on the thumbnail. You know, um, so basically it was two different videos that got flagged by GMJ
So
and
for
his people,
so
or representatives or whoever.
so the listening audience who may not know, what exactly is a flag, and what does a flag has to do with a particular logo per se?
Copyright, copyright, thing. The logo was a copyright material, and I forget the terminology that they use in order to take the whole video down. But yeah, so as far as the video, he copyrighted all of his teachings, and he just wanted it taken down, for whatever reason. So, and I brought up the point of actually reaching out to me first. I would have been happy to take it down if he say, "Hey, take it down," you know. But I never got the memo or anything. I just got the flag. So my video was taken down, and the strike was put in on my page. So you only get 3 strikes before your page is completely taken down. So he already put me at 2 strikes, and then I got to the point where I looked at all the GMJ videos on my platform, and I had to take them all down before we got to that 3rd strike. So that's what ended up happening. But I did put a notion. It was something that YouTube would ask to say. Well, anyway, I did something so they could take away those strikes, and I could have rights to that one video that just had the thumbnail. But all the other videos is copyright material. And if it's no commentary over it, and stuff like that, so whoever the owner has the right to put a strike on it and take it down. But like I said, it should have been just a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, take it down. I would have been happy to take it down. So, but that's the way he wanted to communicate, or his people wanted to communicate, and I just had to accept it.
So in light of that, in considering that, do you regret doing the follow-up video, and still supporting him, knowing that they did not want they basically didn't it appeared that your support of Jay wasn't warranted, um but you still reached out the olive branch, and if you really want to, titling your video, if you really want to free Grandmaster Jay, something like that, right? Do you regret doing that video, because it seems like it was kind of contradictory, considering your response to having your channel taken down because of the trademark infringement?
So that video has nothing to do with what he did to my page and things like that. My biggest thing is I don't want to see anybody locked up. You know what I'm saying? Especially for people that call someone a leader, or people that say like this is the person that's going to help freedom and things like that. So you mentioned the Panthers earlier. They was able to free their people by any means necessary. You know what I'm saying? So, and we can go do our own research on how they freed their people. You know what I'm saying? Freed a lot of their people. Of course, not everybody, but they freed a lot of their people, either through, coming up with the funds, or, legally or illegally. You know what I'm saying? So You know, I wanted the people to understand exactly what to do when it comes to their leader. You know, and you can do it lawfully. So, and actually, what happened as well, Ramzu actually reached out to me and say, brother, I want to do something on your platform. I feel like this, if the people is really serious about this man, then they should be able to take heed, you know, to this information. They should be able to do something with this information. Somebody should do something with this information. So allow me to speak in your platform. So for Ramzul, you know, I can't say no to the brother. You know what I mean? Every information that he bring forward, I like it. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problems with whatever you want to bring forward. So I let him do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely not a regret at all. I'm not a person that hold any grudges or anything. You know, I don't want any brother locked up, any sister locked up, any one of us. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I want the best for everybody, and it is what it is. You know, so yeah, I don't wish hate on him. You know, I want him to still be doing the same thing that he was doing, and possibly more and more. You know what I'm saying? So it was an exciting time when he was doing that. You know, he did open up a lot of people's eyes. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I was able to post him on my page. I'm like, you know, he really spitting some fire. I could see him getting the ball rolling for a lot of this. And in fact, you know, no pun intended. In fact, he actually was, you know, the person to get the ball rolling when it comes to a lot of these groups. You know what I'm saying? Based on the things that he did and things that he said, a lot of these groups would never be birthed if it wasn't for GMJ and in fact. You know what I'm saying? And they're just keeping it 100.
But do
You
you
know,
think your video that you did in response to um his organization taking copyright infringement against your page, do you think your response video that you did on another platform um was the most controversial video that you've done?
like what do you controversial? Like what do you mean? Like,
Because I noticed when I read the replay, a lot of different moving,
mm,
a lot of different things was going on in the chat, right? It was almost like we had a pro Grandmaster J faction, and then we had support OC faction, right? So
mm,
it was a lot. It was two different sides. It was almost like everybody was divided over the issue. Well, a lot of people were divided over the issue, and it seems like they almost had to make a choice rather than
I,
just remaining
oh,
neutral. Such as a person such as myself, I remain neutral on these matters,
yeah.
especially when it doesn't involve me. I can't get all in my feelings about it because it doesn't involve me to that extent. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you know, my thing is I was, you know, never against Jim J. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he did what he did, you know, to my page. And a lot of people feel like my page was important, you know, to you know the things that was going on. So it's almost like why would you do that? Why would somebody do that if they actually, you know, feel, you know, anything about this movement? You know what I mean? So um in some case, like I can't even think of why would someone, you know, even do that. Just think of, not to compare them to anybody. Let's just think if Malcolm X was living in these times and there was a page out there, that are a news outlet for our people, and you know Malcolm X did everything to take that news outlet or page down. You know what I mean? What would people feel about that? You know what I'm saying? How would people feel about, you know, something being, you know, instrument to the people, and then they love Malcolm X at the same time? You know what I mean? Like, why would someone just do that? You know, what's the purpose? And then it's not even any type of like, here's the reason why I did this. You know, so what is the purpose of actually doing it? You know, so I said what I said because people, I feel like people do need to know the truth on why my page should be taken down or whatever. Because if I said nothing, then people wouldn't know anything. Like, what happened to OC the Great? What happened to that page? Why is it taking it away? Why is he not showing or talking about GMJ anymore? People need to know the truth. But they also need to know, like, I'm not against if you want to support GMJ, and in fact, please do. I just can't speak about it no more. They don't want me to. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the controversy about it. It just, just keeping it real. Just letting people, just being transparent, letting people know exactly what happened and what went on. So,
Right.
because a lot of people really did look to me for, in fact, information. You know what I'm saying? They actually looked to OC the Great to give them that information or anything that was going on. So they actually thought I was a part of in fact, or I actually had a direct line to GMJ. You know what I mean? They actually thought that. So, it's good to be transparent and let people know exactly what's going on. So,
So yeah, I mean, I know you were right there. Like anytime they basically made a move, you was recording it and or bringing it, bringing the information to the people. And so why did you stop doing your original uploads? Like I was really enjoying, like especially when you did your video, your content that brought forth history lessons and things of that nature. Why did you stop those and instead chose to go live instead of doing those uploads?
mm. Yeah. So, I felt like, yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. Some of the videos that I did, I think it took up a lot of my time. To be all honest, it took up a lot of time to edit and put stuff together. And I just thought to myself, if I do a live, then it'll it's way quicker. I could just get it out the way in an hour, two, three, whatever. Instead of just sitting on my phone, because I usually edit off my phone. You know, instead of just spending like a lot of time editing. It was taking up too much of my time. My mind goes everywhere when it comes to information, and when it comes to like exactly what to put in the video. It could take some time. But I am actually working on doing basically doing something different when it comes to the page.
I have it on mute.
You
Let
know,
you come through.
more than likely shorter videos, and I just want to make it make sense. When it comes to the viewership and everything, on how the algorithms work. I still feel like it's the page is shadow banned and things like that. Um, like I said earlier, when it comes to certain content, YouTube doesn't promote it anymore. At once upon a time, it was monetized. Not that mean anything, because they don't really put a lot of ads on this type of content anyway. But they took away the monetization. They also keep putting strikes on my platform for older videos. Like every time I post a video, like even the last video I post those last two videos, then I got another strike from an older video. So I'm like, okay, I don't know if I should take down these videos and repurpose it, that way they won't just take this platform down completely. So that kind of takes a lot out of me as well, believe it or not, to create a video and then YouTube could just have the right to just take it down and do what they want to with it. So, yeah, so as far as the revolutionary minded TV reloaded, it's just me. It's basically going to be a brand new approach on really tackling the algorithms and repurposing information and just putting it in the right way. So it is going to be videos again, but it's just going to be way shorter. And then, I'm probably not going to do lives anymore.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's an interview like this, then and I don't mind going on. people's platforms and just doing that.
Roger that. That's gonna be the new and improved OC is great. I'm looking forward to it, brother. And because that brings me to my next question about the how do you handle the pressure of um not doing the clickbait kind of thing like America Doofus and uh bringing out people information. Do you see that when you bring just raw information and facts that you get less views and your viewership decreases as opposed to when you're talking about someone like a Grandmaster Jay or something that's real controversial, then you'll have see that increase in your viewership. Am I dreaming, or is that what's going on with most of our YouTube creators or content creators platforms?
You're not dreaming. That's pretty much what's going on, the clickbait type things. But it's a right way to do it, and it's a wrong way to do it, of course. So I think the right way to do it. And by the way, just the clickbait, the clickbait titles, it was around way before YouTube. You know, when we used to read the newspapers, we'll see a title, and then we'll read it and realize that it probably didn't have much to do with the title. You know what I mean? But it's a title that brings us in. But it's the right way to do it, and it's the wrong way to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's unfortunately that's the nature of media altogether. And then because you definitely got to capture someone's eye, someone's attention. Definitely nowadays where our attention could be pulled in every different direction when it comes to just having the internet right in our pockets. As soon as we open up the web browsers, our attention just goes everywhere. Everybody is fighting for our people's attention, so we definitely have to do catchy things in the right way. So we got to capture our people's attention. I feel like now, by any means, you know what I mean. So of course, not putting anything crazy, but I'm all for someone putting out a title, then really getting, or putting in some, dropping some real jewels and putting in some real information. You know what I'm saying, into the video. So I would call that like a Tupac theory. Tupac was a brother. For those who don't know, you should know. And I feel like this was a brother that people thought he was just, like a street dude, a gangster. But you really listen to his lyrics, he was spitting some gems in a lot of his music. You know what I mean? I mean, it's probably the first brother that I heard talk about doing something to the police. You know what I mean? And I mean, he's the one that actually got away with that, lawfully. But like he was born a Panther, type things. He was putting a lot of knowledge in his music, even though people thought he was just a gangster, just a guy off the streets. So I mean, I like that approach. Whatever our people is gravitate towards, we can kind of play with that, but push good information in the right way. So that's the type of thing we want to play with, and basically capture our minds again.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And yeah, Tupac was that dude that really, tugged at your heart and also gave you a lot of food for thought.
Mhm.
So what's your take on just black media? I know you said you're coming back with some video shorts, and it's probably going to be thought provoking, of course. So what's your take on the state of black media and content creators?
Black media has always been important. The way that we talk to ourselves is important now. It's just a certain type of black media that we need. So I feel like when it comes to a liberation, more type black media, um, I think we all should purpose. We look at black media as a whole. We all over the place. Some people talk about entertainment and so on and so forth. So the liberation media, I only think it's so many of us. It's not too many of us. but it's one thing to just put in information, and then it's a whole other thing to make it entertaining and fly. So I feel like that's important when it comes to whatever gem, whatever information you want to put out. Just make it entertaining. So I've watched a lot of people platforms, and they had tons of jewels in their gems, but I also thought, like, who's going to listen to this? You know what I mean? Like, who's going to find it? Because the way the internet works is it's really it's algorithm based. You know what I'm saying? So putting out some great information and no one able to click on it because for whatever reason, a lot of our people don't share. You know, black content and things like that. We share more of the things that's cringeworthy. We share the things that's trauma. We share a lot of bad information. We don't share a lot of the good information. You know what I mean? But black media is just overall important. I would just have to say, let's just make it entertaining. So it could be a good balance when it comes to all this negative stuff around us. And it's just as important as getting a healthy meal. We need our food for thoughts, per se, to charge our mind in the right way. That way, we don't have our mind charged on something negative or on some bad food, some junk food, So black media, yeah, we just gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to this negative stuff out here. So
So,
shout out to all black media.
yeah, right. So, speaking of fighting, what's your take on? I seen you did a video with a brother when I was going over your channel today, but I missed that live that you did with a brother, and I believe the title was "Fight or Flight." So, what's your stance on
Mhm.
going back to Africa? Do we fight or do we take flight?
So I came to an understanding it doesn't matter where you go, you're gonna have to fight. You know, my understanding for the people in Africa, I haven't been to Africa, but just even looking at some of the brothers and sisters from the diaspora that's out there, they are dealing with the exact same things we're dealing with. The only difference is it's way more of them out there than it is us out here. And I have no idea why they don't own, whatever their country is. It's still Caucasians. They still got corruption that's coming from, America, UK, or whoever. It's basically a white face that's controlling those countries there, just like it is here. So if you go over there, you're gonna have to fight. Even in the US, you're gonna have to fight. So I would rather just fight, where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So I rather, stay in my hood and fight versus going to somebody else's hood and fight. You know what I'm saying? So definitely fight, because even when you take a flight, you're gonna have to fight anyway. So
Roger
fight or
that.
fight.
Roger that. Roger that. So when we fight and they finally uh, agree to lose and cut the check, and you get your check in the mail for reparations, how do you change? How do you plan to contribute to the movement of liberation using the funds that you get?
So I feel a lot of ways when it comes to what you just said. So reparations is some type of it's some type of win, but if I could say that would be a small win. Real reparations to me is for them to just give us back everything that belongs to us. I don't care about the fiat, this fake money whatever. Just give us back everything that once belongs to us. Yes, that is all this land that we live on. the land in Africa. I mean, everything, our gold, everything that you stole, give it back. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's real reparations. And then we could figure out what type of currency that we would like to use after you give everything back. You know, so but for the small win, taking the fiat, whatever type of currency that they give us. You know, I'm all about I'm all about the children. You know, um, so building a strong village is how I feel that what the children actually needs. Because once we secure our children, we basically own our own future, and we know what to do with the future. So just building a village for the children. That way, the children don't have to go to these these pipelines to prisons. What we call schools. So we don't have to go to these Caucasian schools. We could have a village. We could teach our own children. We could grow our own food. We could really be self-sufficient. That's something that I will put my money on is building a village, per se, having my own tribe, or being a part of a tribe, adding to the tribe or whatever, you know, that's what my money would go towards. You know what I'm saying? Just the future of the children, but specifically my children, and making sure we can secure the future for sure.
Wow, my brother, that's beautiful and powerful at the same time because youngsters are, the babies, the short leggers, like I like to call them. They are our future, and so that's very important that we get out of our selfishness and start thinking about how we can make their priorities our priorities. That's what it's going to take. So again, I want to thank you for this interview, Brew. OC the Great, you are a blessing to the community. But before you get out of here, everybody's going to have to go through the rapid fire questioning, right? This is where you give us your spiel in 1 to 2 sentences and move on. Hit it and quit it. This is your chance to capture the people's minds. So as I ask you the question, you give me the answer in 1 or 2 short, precise sentences, and we move on to the next question. You ready, my brother?
Got you. Let's go.
All right, here we go. So the first question is, in 2 sentences, provide a brief bio of your business engagements.
So my business engagements right now is basically going towards my passions. Just like I mentioned, building a village. That's exactly what my that's exactly what I want to do.
Building a business, a village, building a village, right? That's what's up. So question number 2, what inspired you to become an entrepreneur or professional?
Um, Being self sufficient is what every family needs. Just watching anybody that have their own business is who inspire me. No matter if they are successful or not, you aspire to have your own business, then you inspire me. For sure.
Okay. The multitude
So
of people that's doing their thing. Question number 3, why did you choose your field of practice, service, or business?
it's a passion of mine. And I feel like we all should go towards our passions and not just the money.
So uh, did you have or did you receive financial assistance from the government in connection with your practice, service, or business?
I have to apologize for this one because I'm gonna ask you exactly what is government assistance. What's the definition of that?
Like financial assistance, like um, small business loans, um, that kind of thing.
You cut off. I don't know if I cut off or you cut off. Say that again.
Like small business loans or grants or something like that.
So, in my opinion, all the money that we receive it's assistance from the government, because it's all fiat. It's not real, and
Okay.
it
That's
comes
deep.
from somewhere.
That's deep.
Uh,
That's deep. That's two. That's it. That's two sentences. That's what you get.
okay,
But that's
okay.
deep, though, my brother. That is deep. Something to make you go, hmm. Okay. So here we go. Question number 5. Have you experienced discrimination in your line of practice, service, or business? If so, what type of discrimination and how was the issue resolved?
I like working with my people, so I mean, any type of discrimination is going to be is my color people. So yeah.
Okay. So that means that you don't work with the other nations. Okay. All right. So, question number 6. What percentage of your clientele customers are black?
99.9.
Oh, that's good. We service black. Okay, that's what's up. I like that. Hashtag buy black. All right. Question number 7. Does your practice, service, or business target the black community for business? Well, I guess with 99.1%, I guess that's a yes, correct?
That's a fact. That's
Okay.
a fact.
Okay, so question
I
number
only
8.
think about my people.
I'm sorry, say that again, brother.
No, I was just saying I only think about my people. So yeah.
That's what's up. So, okay. So here's question number 8. In what ways can the black community help support your business?
Just keep looking out for the youth. Mentoring the youth and doing what you can to make sure they have a good future in ahead of them. So nothing that you could give me specifically outside of just looking out for the youth.
All right, my brother. So with that being said, that concludes my rapid fire questionings. Right, questions. Like I want you to have the last word. Tell the people where they could reach you if there anything you want the people to know about your future endeavors, how they can support you, where they can support you. Let them have it.
Well, yeah, I appreciate the opportunity, and speaking on this platform. I definitely enjoyed this conversation. For anybody that want to reach out to me for whatever reason, you can hit up my email octhegreattv at gmail.com. That I just want everybody to think about liberation, over everything, whatever that means to you. So what it means to me, liberation is being self-sufficient, basically having the self-determination to, decide what you want to do with your life, not what they want for your life. You know what I'm saying? So we all here for a specific reason, and we just have to find that reason and do so. Nothing should come between that. So that's also a part of self determination is finding that reason, and finding your purpose on this earth, and operating such as find your passions and just go forward, push forward. But let's get free. That's the main thing. Let's get free and secure the future.
So what can we expect next from you, my brother?
So I don't know what y'all could expect, but I know what my family could expect. It's just my whole focus is just making sure my family is good. That's my main focus right now. So as far as the people, like I said, I just want people to be on the same thing. Really make sure your family good before you even get out there and try to help other people. I got put into a bowl of helping other people more than I was helping my family, and now I want to focus on making sure my family is good. That way, I can help other people. After that, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I'm working on a few things, and once it happens, I'm definitely going to share that with you guys. Everything that I'm working on, it has everything to do. But I don't want to say specifically, but it has everything to do with being self-sufficient and having self-determination and not using this government for anything. So being able to operate without the government is what I'm on. It's my journey. And by the way, I don't know. I'm gonna throw out the idea for you guys. Like, uh, just email me. Let me know, how do you feel about me doing a vlog about that journey and putting it on uh, one of my platforms. Just send an email. Like, if you feel like I should do a vlog on the journey on being self sufficient without using the government, uh, just hit me up. You know, hit me up. Let me know if that's something that you will watch. If I shouldn't put it online to show anyone, just let me know. You know, so but that's what I'm on. That's my goal and journey right now. So
Well, most certainly, my brother, I do appreciate you, coming in and giving us that good word of advice to get back on the track and take care of your family before you reach out to others. But yet, and still, it's very important that once you get your family on track, reach back. So, with that being said, my brother, I do look forward to seeing that vlog. You got my vote already, without the email. I would love to see that because that's one of my thing is, in order to build generational wealth, you got to start giving your wealth to somebody else. You know what I mean? So I would really love to see how you achieving that. My goal is to be completely off the grid as well, and not participating at all. So, but it's been a pleasure, my brother, and I wish you and your family much success, all the blessings to you. And I'm sure we're gonna cross paths again and have to talk again because we gotta do some great things because we are that generation that's tired, fed up, and want to be liberated. So with that, my brother, I want to say peace and blessings to you once again, my brother, and thank you. Tawada.
yeah, peace and blessings. And just last thing, anytime, anytime you want to have me, I'll be open to definitely being interviewed. And for anybody that want to reach out to me and interview, just hit me up. We'll see what happens.
That's that's
Yeah.
that's that's great, brother. Because I definitely want to bring you back on the NFNC channel when we start hitting up these news stories. You can definitely come in and bring in that commentary.
For sure. All right.
All right, then. Peace and blessings, my brother. Shalom.
Peace. Shalom.
So that was an excellent interview with OC the Great of Revolutionary Minded TV on YouTube. Want to give a shout out to News, Facts, and Comments NFNC for sponsoring this video, this interview. So, with that being said, this has been a Cote Tamara Cote Speaks, and I approve this message. Shalom.